This is my favourite, super easy comfort zone makeup. I'm really lucky, I'm always trying new products and new makeup because of my job. But recently I just had 2 weeks off, so no trying new things, nowhere to be, no one to please. And I pretty much did the same makeup most days. And it was really easy to pack, I knew exactly what I wanted to bring, and it really made me think these are my absolute favourite things that I wouldn't be without. So let me show you. I always start with SPF 50, and I've been trying the Hello Sunday one at the moment, so I started with that every single day. Then I used my CC cream all over in the shade light medium, and you know what, the tiniest dot of this spreads so far. And you know, when you're just so lazy on holiday, I didn't even unpack my brushes. I'd packed them separately because I hate when you've used your brushes and then you put them back in your makeup bag and it ruins your makeup bag. So I'd packed them just in like a sandwich bag, and I didn't even open them. I did have 2 brushes at my disposal that were already in the other bag, but mostly I used my hands. And actually, the tiniest dot of this when you're using your hands still gives you a really full coverage. Now you'll notice this is deeper than I am, and depending on how many tanning drops I've used, I can absolutely get it to work. It's not actually my perfect match, which is something that always comes up whenever I do an it video. My closer match is definitely fair light, but to be honest, I just prefer light medium because it's a bit peachier. And I found that even if I did nothing else, just a bit of CC cream, I feel lovely after it. It takes the edge off, especially when you've been travelling and you're a bit tired. Like even that, just smushed on with my hands, look at the difference it makes. And then there's literally a tiny bit left. That was probably not even half a pump. I'm just gonna pat some over anywhere that I know I'm particularly red. Now, a big thing I was doing actually that I probably haven't thought about here, this is full coverage and I was wearing sunglasses most days, so I avoided this bridge of the nose area because I hate when you get those ridges from your sunglasses. The easiest way to get around that is either to really powder the area if you definitely want to wear coverage, or if you can help it like I did, just try and avoid putting too much product there to begin with, and then there's nothing that it's gonna indent into anyway. Now, something to keep in mind with the CC cream is that I have just put SPF all over and the CC, which is creamy. That looks really high shine and it is very rich. If I give that a few minutes, it will calm down, and then from there, I can see how much I want to powder it. But if you powder it straight away, sometimes it's like it would have settled by itself if you just gave it a minute. I am just going to do a tiny bit above my lip. And the powder I took with me is the Sculpted by Amy Velvet Veil, because this is tiny and the perfect size for your handbag. And then all I took out with me during the day was a little travel SPF that I brought down to show you, another Hello Sunday one that I could top up with, my powder and my lips, and I didn't need to top anything else up no matter how long I was out for. I know I've just said all that, but while I'm here, I'm just gonna take the edge off some of this because it is quite luminous, to be fair, isn't it? But no, I wasn't doing it that quickly on holiday, but it is a bit different when you're staring at yourself in HD camera. Right, next up, I was really lucky. I literally got these like a day or 2 before I went away because they've just launched here in the UK. It Cosmetics have brought out these sun blushes and they're absolutely lovely. It really reminds me of like a solid version of the CC, but obviously a blusher, not an all over complexion product. But another thing I would say to you if you're looking at them online, see like the outer colour here is where that was in the pan, and then when you warm it up, this is the true colour. They look quite deep in the pan, but when you actually warm them up and get them on the skin, they're really quite fresh. So this is one of the corally colours, and literally I pressed a tiny bit over my cheeks. That was my complexion done. I did use bronzer on a couple of days in between using my tanning drops. but mostly I just literally CC blush, job done when it came to my complexion. And then actually, as the week went on, I got a really bad cold. And so for the latter half of the holiday, I wasn't really wearing eye makeup because my eyes were watering. So literally a tiny bit of CC blush, nice lip, sharp brow, sunnies on. I was done for the day. Okay, listen, HD camera is not terribly forgiving. So I'm just gonna completely contradict myself and powder the life out of my T-zone. Now this was my favourite thing, my eyes. If I never did any other eyes again, these are my favourites to use. So I'm just going to set the scene. I actually took 3 different ones of what I'm going to show you. It's my Half Magic glitter pills, and if you remember, this bronzy one was always my #1 fave, Money Please. It's a lovely coppery bronze. It was just my absolute die-hard fave. I've changed my mind. It's now Sweet Prince. This is one of the newer ones. This is like a pinky, purpley. Donnie, the founder of Half Magic, is known for her Euphoria makeups. This is like Euphoria makeup in a glitter pill. I absolutely love it. This is the one I always used. Now you can use the glitter pills just on their own and they look really powerful. But what I like to do to really make them pop is map out the roughest, and I mean the roughest liner, because you're not going to see this because we're going to put glitter over it. This is one of the Peaches eyeliners. Now, so many people have brilliant eyeliners, and I feel like, especially in the last few years, there have been some really great launches. The Peaches ones are just as good as any of these expensive liners that you see. See how creamy that was? They're really easy to blend. They cost a fraction of the price. And it's totally up to you where you want to get your liner from. But honestly, like, you're not going to get any different results from the Peaches, except for the fact that you'll have more money in your bank after you've bought them. I'm using the Half Magic Pyramid brush, which is such a great all-rounder. The tip of it to just soften that slightly. And I mean, that on its own is a lovely liner, isn't it? But we're not going to do that. You're not even going to see that in a minute. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And if you struggle with your liner, I honestly think the best thing is just keep practicing, and practice on days when you're not going anywhere, or practice just before you go to bed and you're about to take your makeup off anyway, because you will learn. Like for my face, for example, and the shape of my eyes, I have to go backwards on this eye, and that is just what I have learned is the best way to pull my skin in a way that I will get an even looking liner. And you might have something different that works for you. But the more you practice and get to know your own eye shape, that's the key. Because the great thing about the internet is you get inspiration and ideas from people, and it's brilliant. And to be fair, I mentioned Donnie there, but like Donnie's page, the Half Magic page, I always go on to those when I want inspiration for which colours to go together, or I want to try something new, because I think she's really good at being really fearless with which colours go together. Just one sec. So they're roughly done, but that's not a problem. You're not even going to really see too much anyway. I'm now going to use my glitter pill, which, if I show you the applicator, is just perfect for kind of placing the glitter on already in quite a linear shape. The applicator kind of does the mapping out of the line for you. And I'm going to go really close to this lash line. But when you use a glitter on a darker base, it just makes it pop even more. Now, as I said, you don't need to put any of these glitters on a dark base. They will pop of their own accord, but I just think it really elevates the amount that it pops. And the great thing about these is you don't get glitter all down your face, because it's it's got an adhesive already in here. It's like a gel. So if you're thinking, oh, I get glitter everywhere, or I can't use it, I'd be too messy, this is perfect for you. And also, if you don't feel the most confident doing liner flicks, it's glitter, it's reflective, you can't see where the flick begins and ends. So God knows if this is even because it's quite bright here. I can't really see what I'm doing. It's fine, you're not even going to be able to tell. There's vaguely a wash of glitter over each eye. That is good enough for me. Now, interestingly, on holiday, because I knew I was wearing my sunnies every day, I did a really sharp brow. I used my Kosas pencil because I feel like when you've got your sunnies on, a lip and a sharp brow, you look really put together. But I'm not wearing any sunnies today, so I'm just going to go in with the Kosas Brow Gel, which I love for just like a natural looking brushed up full brow, and also a nice natural brow with a bit more of a prominent eye makeup. Just helps to, like, I want the eye makeup to be the thing you're looking at, not for you to be distracted by the brows. And also, I'm going to do like a separate video about my holiday. I honestly loved it. It's my favourite holiday I've ever been on. I went to Salem. But having something on is a bit of a talking point. I went by myself, and I didn't like advertise it at the time, just because, you know, it's not, you don't want to be advertising something like that when you're away and in that position. But obviously I'm super happy to tell you now that I'm home. But like, it was a conversation starter. I got talking to people about different things. You know, it was just, it's one of those things that is a common ground with someone, that you'll get talking to them, and things like that make a big difference when you're away for a long while on your own, and every little conversation starter can be something that just breaks up the day or makes it a little bit when you are there by yourself. I also packed the one mascara I took was the Half Magic Electric, because it's a tubing mascara, so it doesn't smudge at all. What I should have done, which I only realised when I was away, they do that in 3 colours. They have black, they have a lovely plum and a lovely teal. And I think next time I'd take the colours as well, just to have a little bit of variety. But I would definitely take a tubing mascara if you're going away somewhere. And what I did do as well is I left the bottom lashes clean, just because I knew I'd be out all day doing a lot of walking, and my eyes are really prone to watering, and it's less to clean up or less to faff about with. And I found that my makeup looked exactly the same by the evening, because I had nothing to sort of tidy, or I hadn't had added any steps that were likely to disintegrate, apart from my lips, which obviously are gonna break down when you have a little drink or a bite to eat. But I always pack my lips with me anyway to be topping up on the go. How lovely is that? I'm actually going out today. I don't know what I'm wearing yet. We're having a party for my nephew, and that will go with anything, so it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. I just feel like that'll be a lovely little pop, whatever I choose to wear. And now my lips, I did the same lips every day. I had my Lisa Eldridge liner in the shade 1C. She did like a warmer and a cooler in each shade number. I like the C because it's a bit of a crisper, rosier colour. And then because I draw my lips on so much, I'm trying to like smudge them out a bit so that they don't look quite so done, but they're still drawn on. Just like wanting absolutely everything I haven't got. But again, the smudgier they are, the less noticeable it is when they're a bit broken down. So nice. Nice little smudgy lip situation. There we go. And then a viral product that actually is so worth all of the stuff. I feel like every time I open my phone for the last, I don't know how long, few weeks, whatever, I've seen so much about the YSL Love Shine lipsticks. They are every bit as good as everyone's harping on. I absolutely loved taking this with me. It's like a stain, it's mostly a balm, very comfortable, especially when you're traveling and your lips are dry. It was just lovely. And it reminded me actually, when I used to work at Selfridges, we got discount across beauty and I used to spend a fortune. I used to always get things because imagine looking at them all day, you'd be desperate to take them home. I always used to get lipsticks from YSL because they smell lovely, they last really well. I haven't really had them in a long while because I've really gone on to the Armani lips. I love those. This is like a balmier, softer lip balm lipstick hybrid, but very, very lovely and perfect when you've just got like a nudie liner on. Lovely, really hydrating. That is the shade number 44. And then a lot of the time I would have a highlighter of some type and I'd just used this little milk one before I went away and I really like it. It's called Lit, and what I like about it is it's kind of like a tinted gel rather than being overly pigmented. It's kind of like a fresh, you've just been for a walk kind of glow rather than looking like a makeup step. Can you hear these two now looking for me? Oh, he's actually out there. I got a big welcome home when I came home, I can tell you that. He actually just gets jealous. I've been with him all morning, but he can hear me talking to you and he knows there's something going on that he's not involved with. He's been fed, the garden door is open, there's actually nothing wrong with him. He gets such nosiness. He's always nosing at what's going on and he'll just be fuming that we're having a chat and he's not involved. Might go get him. Here he is. This is Ginge. Good boy. Oh. See? Okay. I know we've been having a chat there, but that would take me 10 minutes every day, really quick and easy. And then I should have said, if I'd been out all day and I wanted to freshen it up or it was feeling a bit tired, I would then take Glitter Puck and just put that kind of across the lids. This is just a really lovely one and done glitter, and a tiny little wash of it just helped to make the whole thing even more sparkly. And again, it's not something you need to be minding your blending. You know, you don't even need a brush for this. Your fingertip actually gives you better results, I would say, than if you did use a brush with that one. So yeah, that is my favourite. Don't even think about it. Happy Place makeup. It lasts really well through the day. All you need to be thinking about topping up is your lips, powder, and then ideally take the SPF and top up if you need to. But it is just the nicest thing. And if you wanted to add a bit of glitter or feel a bit special, you saw there, that was so easy to put together. But it just makes you feel like you've got something a bit different on, and I always felt really nice on holiday. But anyway, have a lovely rest of the day. Lovely to chat to you, and I'll talk to you soon.